New research shows many Black and Latino-owned businesses are really struggling to get financial help during this pandemic. According to a survey commissioned by the equal rights groups, almost two-thirds of minority business owners say they were denied stimulus loans or they're still waiting for an answer. Ed O'Keefe is following this story in Washington and joins us with more on that. Ed, what'd you find? Good to see you.
Good to see you, Gail. Good morning. Well, look, minorities continue to be hardest hit by the coronavirus, and now they're also struggling with the economic impact. African American and Latino business owners struggling to find access to federal assistance, and many of them tell us that might mean they have to shut down for good.
It has been, seems like just a runaround, a complete runaround.
Shawnetta Faust applied for a Paycheck Protection loan way back on April 4th for her Charlotte-based company, Faithful Moving and Storage.
This is our only source of income. So it means either mom and dad need to look for another job so that we can still maintain the lifestyle that we live, or something has to give. I don't know if we'll still be business owners after this. I'm just being honest with you.
Last week, her bank said she'd been approved for a $42,000 loan. But this week, she received a $7,500 deposit with no explanation, leaving her frustrated.
Sad, hurt, like we're not equal to. It's a lot of different emotions that runs through your head when you see that up front, or when you hear that, hey, because I wasn't this established or had this type of relationship with my bank, then my application was funneled through for someone else.
Faust is not alone. A new survey found just 12% of African American and Latino business owners received the federal assistance they applied for, and just 38% received any aid at all. Nationwide, nearly half of businesses have received some help.
The Black Latino businesses do not have access to capital, and the relationships with our banking system, the way the mainstream business community does.
Rafael Collazo helped run the poll for Unidos US. Why don't they have good relationships with banks?
70% of Latino businesses start with their own personal savings. So for many times, this was the first time that many businesses, even fairly successful businesses in our community, had to engage a bank in applying for a loan. So the relationships aren't there.
Congress directed the Small Business Administration to prioritize underserved communities, including minority and women-owned businesses. But the SBA's watchdog recently found the agency did not provide guidance to lenders on how to do that, and recommended SBA begin collecting demographic information to track the disparity.
A lot of minority-owned businesses are not getting access to the Paycheck Protection Program as we in Congress intended.
In a virtual hearing this week, senators urged the Treasury Secretary and the Chairman of the Federal Reserve to do more.
Small and minority businesses are the lifeblood in those small rural communities.
But I thought this was small business, not big corporation money.
Andrea Poe had never taken out a loan for her hair and makeup business in Atlanta, and she thinks that's one reason she was denied funds by the SBA.
They want you to have a relationship with the bank. You couldn't even walk into a bank. I don't have a relationship. I used to have relationships with people at the bank, and they don't even work there at the bank anymore. So I just feel like that was a crack. That was a big crack.
This week, former NBA star Magic Johnson announced plans to launch his own loan program directly for minority-owned small businesses. And while some big companies are getting millions of dollars in federal assistance, the companies that Unidos US and their partners at Color of Change spoke to say they're looking for just $50,000 or less to stay afloat. Gail?
Wow, Ed, it's got to be tough to think you're getting $42,000 and the check comes in at $7,500. That's a big difference. Thank you very much.